Everybody said that it couldn't be done, but I did it anyway.
Wes is going straight to the pen.
I'll do whatever I have to do to get us back.
Tiff, I'm sick of this. Who you want to be with? Me and Dante.
I'm gonna find out who did this.
What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Mark Dark, and I'm back with another video. If you're new, if you love the Shy, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like the video, and leave your theories, comments, everything down below. Now today we're going to be talking about the Shy Season 4, Episode 10. This is the recap. This is the season finale. Man, it's been a long season, a very long season. A lot of different things happened in the season finale. Of course, a lot of characters did return for the season finale. We're going to talk about that as well. And your boy Duda, man, it didn't end well for him. It did not end well for him. He is used to always winning, but in this episode, he finally took an L. And the question is this the end of Duda? I just can't see a person like him just stepping off like that. I guess we got to wait and see if there will be a season 5, if Duda will be returning. But a guy like this, he won't give up. He will definitely try to do something, in my opinion. So we're going to talk about that as well in this video. So I'm trying my best to focus on all the key facts. If I miss anything, you guys let me know. So let's begin. What do we see in the season finale of The Shy? Well, of course, the ambulance, they are there trying to take in Marcus, trying to make sure that he's okay. Of course, your boy Shy has popped up and he's, telling Trey, look, I got you. I told you I always got your back. And it's just crazy that this is the dude that you work with, Duda, and that he did this to Marcus, another guy that he works with. It's just crazy, right? So we understand that Marcus is in critical condition and he may or may not make it. Then we get to Nina and Dre. And of course, Nina, she's giving all these pretty much ultimatum to Dre. And Dre's like, look, you're not the person that need to be telling me anything, especially since you're the one that cheated. Dre is pretty much telling her things ain't going to be the same. It's going to take some time, and pretty much walks off. We know Nina is telling her she's willing to do whatever it takes to make sure that they're back on that level. It's not going to happen that quickly and easily. It's going to be some struggle, but at least Dre stayed and tried to work things out. At the end of the day, this marriage has definitely been tested, and it seems like they're going to weather the storm. Now we get to Jake and Gemma, and Jake really can't sleep at all. The dude is going through it because he knows the truth about, her father Marcus and what happened to him. And Jake has to figure out a way to pretty much tell Gemma, look, you need to just stay here. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't want her to leave. He comes up with a good excuse for her to stay there. It's kind of late. She can just stay there and eat. And of course, she can go home later. Jake knows this is probably going to end bad. But at the end of the day, he had to do what he had to do to stop Gemma from going home. Now we get to Lenae and, of course, Kevin. Lenae has to leave. It's early. She has to get up out of there. Kevin is like, look, I can walk you home. Of course, she's like, no, I got to get up out of here. You don't have to walk me home. I don't need you. She's always been telling your boy Kevin this. Now, of course, Dre catches Lenae while she's trying to leave. And, of course, Dre knows who she is. She's like, look, I know you. You know what I'm saying? I know your brother Jamal. What's going on? You know what I'm saying? I know it has to be something. Kevin can't really explain what's going on. He's pretty much shocked that Dre has caught Lenae, and he's pretty much lost for words. Now, we know Lenae is struggling at home, and Dre said, you know what? I'll figure out something. We're going to try to work something out as far as your whole living situation. Now, we get back to your boy Rashad, and we always wanted to know what was going to happen between him and Trey, the conversation. We really didn't get to see the initial conversation between the two, squashing their little issues that they had earlier on in the season. But Rashad is back, and he's pretty much telling Imani that he is sorry for what he did. Not in the best way, but hey, Imani was like, well, it's a start. You know what I'm saying? You said you're sorry, so be it. I'm glad Rashad is back. As I always told you guys, I wish we could have saw Rashad throughout the whole season as a season regular. I mean, if we get a season 5, hopefully they can cast him as a season regular. And then we get to Tiffany and Dante. And Tiffany is pretty much telling him, look, how would you feel if I left Emmett? This right here tells us that Tiffany really wanted to leave Emmett for Dante. You can tell just by the way she's been acting. This conversation alone pretty much tells us that's the case. But Dante's like, look, I'm not your husband. You already know what I am. He's cool with what they got right now. Pretty much just clapping those cheeks every now and then, looking out for her. And that's pretty much it. He ain't trying to be her husband at all. And Tiffany, now she knows this, like, oh, okay, you know what I'm saying? You're right. We should just keep what we got. But, you know, Dante kept it real, like, no, I'm not your husband. You have a husband. You need to go settle that with him. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. We know Tiffany definitely had some very crucial choices in this episode. Then Gemma hears over the news that her father is in critical condition. So she runs into the living room. She sees it. She is in shock. You know what I'm saying? She's like, what? Like, how did this happen? And she wants to get to the hospital and figure out what's going on. She wants to see her father. I mean, you can just look at her face. She was like, man, this is really, really bad. And we knew it eventually this would come out, that she would find out about her pops. Of course, your boy Trey and Rashad is like, man, we got to figure out a way to fix this, because if, you know what I'm saying, it gets out, it's not going to look too good for, of course, Trey. And, of course, this man right here, Douda. Now, Douda, of course, he's having this little presser and stuff like that. They're asking him, you know, about Marcus and how he feels about it. He pretty much brushes it to the side and it's like, look, we're still looking into it to get all of the facts and stuff like that. Typical Douda, right? And then, of course, he let Tracy come out there and give a speech about getting funded. Finally, she's got the, you know, the funding for this whole, the community policing thing that she is trying to get going right throughout the whole season, but they didn't have the funding. Now it is official. They got the money. Now we get to your boy Emmett. And Emmett, he is pissed off. He is tired of Tiffany coming in all early in the morning. He is tired of Tiffany kicking it with Dante. He tells her, look, it's whether me or Dante. You need to choose right now. Tiffany cannot even decide, which lets us know this girl really wants to be with Dante. Emmett ends up leaving. It's like, look, I'm out. You can have him. And this is what he should have done. He should have stuck to his word and just left this girl alone. Just leave it alone. But Emmett, I guess, really loves, Tiffany. But it is what it is with that. Then we get back to Tracy and Douda. And of course, Tracy is thanking the whole community. She's thanking everybody. She lets them know that they got the funding. Of course, they're going to have more resources as far as, you know, the community policing the community. And then your boy Trey walks in, has a conversation with Douda, and Douda's like, look, you better hope he dies. And Trey was like, well, I'm hoping that he doesn't. And if I'm in Trey's position, I will be thinking the same thing, because if Marcus does not make this, it's going to make it look even worse for Trey. But if he survives, it's more insurance for Trey, right? You know, for him not to go to jail if this all goes the wrong way. Now, your girl Dre tells Lenae, look, how about you come and stay with us for a little bit until she can find her a good foster home. And of course, Dre has grown up similar to Lenae. Her parents are, you know, her family did not necessarily like what she was doing when she was younger. And she's just trying to look out for Lenae. Lenae has a tough decision to think about. Is whether stay with Dre and their family or, you know, risk it and mess around with Cherry, who is not the best caregiver at all. Now we get back to the hospital. Gemma is definitely in her feelings. She's hugging Trey, which makes it even worse because he's like, man, he knows the truth. Jake knows the truth. And now Gemma's like, look, I got to get up out of here. You know what? My father got cameras at his house. I will find out who did this. And this is one of the theories that we already knew about. We knew this since episode 1 about those cameras. So, of course, when Douda did that to her father, we already knew that it was a chance that those cameras would have been rolling. And, of course, you know, the truth will be out there. Now, we get to a very interesting conversation between Trey and Rashad. They're playing cards, and then a conversation of course, you know, Rashad's old school friend, Mildred, pops up. Now, you guys let me know. I could be completely wrong with this one. The only Mildred that I know is from season 1 of The Chi. He used to kick it with Ronnie all the time, looked out for him. Of course, he was a crazy character, right? Yeah, and it makes sense that Rashad will be cool with him. I mean, this is the only Mildred that I know as far as the series. To find out that this dude was pretty much killed off. Of course, Trey said he got, well, I think hit by a car, and pretty much they just kept going, whatever. The ambulance took too long to get to him. I mean, this really hit Rashad because he did not know. And he was like, man, that was my dude. Like, man, I can't believe that he's gone. And it is just crazy that that is the case, man. Because Mildred, at the end of the day, the dude was crazy. So the stories and stuff that Rashad was talking about, it almost felt like we knew him because we did know of that character in season 1. Man. Then we get to your girl Jada. She's on the phone with her doctor. And of course, she gets some great news that she will not have to do another session of chemotherapy. She is good. Her results are coming back very solid. Emmett is happy, and Emmett is like, look, I'm going to throw a party for you. I'm going to throw a celebration for your results in your journey alone for what you've been through, which is something telling. Jada's whole journey is very, very important, and it's a great story in my opinion. Then we get to your girl Gemma. And of course, we already knew this was going to happen. She's going to pull up those cameras and, of course, find out the truth. But right before she's able to even look at the footage, Jake says, look, I got to talk to you. And Jake pretty much tells her the truth about what really happened. I mean, the only reason that he told her because she was about to look at the cameras. I mean, he was staying loyal. He didn't want to say anything, but hey, he had to do what he had to do. Gemma is pissed off and it's like, why didn't you tell me? And this and that. You know, it's because your brother or my father was in this position. And then Jake was like, no, it's because of my brother that your daddy is still alive. So now Gemma has to think about this. Like, man, what should I do with this footage? Because Jake told her not to tell anybody. Then we get to your girl Keisha and Christian. Christian writes her a note about, can she be his lady? He wants, Keisha to be his girlfriend, right? And it comes to find out that this dude, yes, he is weird, but as of right now, I guess those theories are wrong. The dude is, I guess, faithful, and he is a great guy. He ain't trying to backstab Keisha or do anything like that. Now, it makes a lot of sense because I really was not trying to see Keisha go through another traumatic moment, storyline. She needs peace, and it looks like she's going to get that with your boy Christian. Now, your boy Jake comes back to the house, and he has to let his brother Trey know that, look, he told Gemma the truth. And Rashad had me cracking up, man. They need to get this dude as a season regular. He straight up said, like, you snitching? Like, what's wrong with you? Rashad went off. I mean, your boy Jason Weaver, man, he is a scene stiller. Man, if they do a season 5, please cast this dude as a season regular. We got to see more of Rashad's character. But he pretty much puts Jake on blast. But Jake is like, man, I had to do what I had to do. She knew the truth. I had to explain it, that, look, this is what really happened. That my brother, he is the one that saved your pops. And, Trey is like, look, I don't blame you. You did the right thing. You know what I'm saying? You did the right thing by telling her the truth. And, of course, him putting, Trey in a good light makes a lot of sense. The video is going to show that at the end of the day. You play that video in court, regardless of what really happened. The video is showing Trey trying to support Marcus and look out for him. That video is pretty much putting down Duda more than anything. I mean, I can understand what Rashad was talking about as far as Trey going down because we know he ain't got the best rap sheet. So at the end of the day, I can see that perspective as well. Now we get back to Tracy and Duda, and I guess she really does like Duda. Well, apparently she's fallen in love with Duda. Now I thought this was kind of, this whole little relationship between the two kind of ended off, but I guess not. Once that money came back, Tracy is back at it again. She said, you know what? That money back in action, so I am back in action as well. The two are having a moment. She tells Duda, whatever happened to Marcus, I hope you had nothing to do with that. And Duda says, no, I didn't have anything to do with that man. Now, get back to Gemma. She does, pull the video up. She does not watch it because she can't watch it. It's too graphic for her to watch. But she does tell Trey, look, I'm going to give you your freedom. She gives him the USB with the video on there. And she pretty much thanks him for saving her pops. And she's not going to say anything. You know what I'm saying? It's up to him to use this information for his own leverage. Of course, Jake is happy. Everybody's happy now. Gemma, you know what I'm saying? She did the right thing, I believe. Man, this man saves your pops at the end of the day. Duda is the person that you should be angry at. And then, of course, Jake and Gemma, they go back to the hospital. Now, Trey does attempt to watch the video, but he could not finish watching it at all. It was too graphic for him. But he does have a leverage, right? He said, you know what? I'm going to use this information. So he pops up at, to Duda's spot and tells him, look, Playboy, we need to talk. Of course, Duda was pissed off. He tells Duda, look, I got the video. And you need to leave town. Plain and simple. Duda was pissed off. Duda was like, where am I going to go? Like, what are you talking about? You know, pretty much telling Trey, look, I can make your whole family disappear. Throwing all those threats out there. But at the end of the day, Duda, he don't want that video getting out there. Because if it gets out there, it's not going to look too good for him. He's most likely going to get locked up. So, of course, he has no choice but to agree with Treg's, of course, demands. And Trey pretty much tells him, we don't need you here. We don't need you to be the leader because you're not the right leader. And of course, Tracy is sitting there pissed off because Duda just told her he had nothing to do with what happened to Marcus. Now, Emmett throws his mom the whole, celebration party as far as her journey, her recovery from cancer. And it's been a hell of a journey, man. They do say some nice telling words for Jada. And of course, we know your boy Darnell is there. He's making sure he giving her props. She does give praise to everybody. Suede, he's been there. Of course, Emmett and Darnell. It's crazy. Your boy Suede done clap not only Tiffany's cheeks, he done clap Jada's cheeks as well. I know Emmett absolutely hates that man. But hey, at the end of the day, Suede was there to make sure Jada, did what she needed to do to survive and recover. Now, we get back to Tracy, and of course she's telling Duda, I cannot believe you did not tell me the truth. You're lying to me. And Duda was like, well, what do you expect? Look, I believed in you and all this. Pretty much making up all these excuses, man. We ain't really trying to hear all this. Making up all these different excuses. Tracy's like, look, you need to leave because if you don't, you're going to mess up your legacy. And Duda's like, man, you still care for my legacy? And Tracy's like, no, I don't. I just don't want your messing up my funding. So this lets us know Tracy for real is all about that money once again. And pretty much tells Duda, bye. I'm up out of here. Duda was really up in his feelings. I mean, at the end of the day, I guess he should have played his cards a little bit better. Then we get to Emmett, Christian, and your girl, Keisha. And he meets Christian for the first time. Very awkward moment. But Christian was holding his own. Emmett was really testing him, trying to, test the waters and see what this dude was like. And Emmett and Keisha, man, they got the best chemistry. And for real, the fans really want these two to be together. You can see the chemistry between the two. But like I said, they got their own little things that they're doing. Keisha, she appreciates Emmett. And Emmett said, look, I'm going to always be here for you. Like he's always told Keisha from the very beginning. Man, your boy Christian was a solid duo the whole time. Now, we get to Dre, and of course, Dre, she has to have a conversation with Nina to explain to her about Lenae possibly staying at their house until, of course, she can find a good foster care for her. And at first, Nina was like, we can't do that. We already got too many mouths to feed. But, Dre made some good reasons why Lenae should stay there. And the two pretty much came to an agreement. Like, okay, I mean, it's not going to be forever. It's just until, of course, they find a good foster care. And the two kind of squashed their issues as of right now. If it's a season 5, they're going to continue to try to fix this and work on this whole marriage thing. And I guess Jada was right that Dre, she's not someone that's going to give up. She's going to fight for this marriage. And she definitely did in this episode. Now we get to the part that pisses me off once again. Emmett and, of course, Tiffany. Emmett is continuing to give this girl chance after chance to make a decision. And now she says, look, I'm going to close it. I'm going to close it. Well, you're not closing your legs. That's for damn sure. We know that. And she makes it seem like everything is good between her and Emmett. But we know the truth. We know what she really wants to do, right? Now, your boy Duda, he is hightailing it up out of town. Got his glasses on. He's in all black. It's time for him to get up out of town. Because if he doesn't, that video will be out. And of course, it ain't going to be too good for him. Now, your girl Rose pops back up. We haven't seen her in a few episodes. And she's like, man, where do you need me to take you? And Duda's like, well, just get me far away from here. Man, I don't know, man. Hopefully your boy Duda does return. Then we get to your boy Bakari. He is back. As I told you guys, a lot of characters return for the season finale. And y'all know every time we see his character, he's always about that action. He's always about some type of drama. He bumped into Imani very disrespectfully. Did not say excuse me or anything like that. And Imani, for real, she probably is going to beat that man down for real. Of course, Rashad comes in because Bakari is being very disrespectful, calling her out her name and all types of stuff. And Rashad is like, look, you're going to have to apologize You know what I'm saying? You can't be disrespectful like that. Puts him in his place. Of course, he does say he's sorry, but at the end of the day, we know this kid is all over the place. He better watch himself because he's moving too hot. At the end of the day, we know this guy took out Ronnie. He won't hesitate to take somebody else out. But at the end of the day, when you put out that energy that he's putting out, that same energy will come back. And it may just come back and catch him slipping down the line. Then we get back to your girl Tiffany. And just think about this. We got Rob, of course, played by Iman Shumpert. He is, of course, in the show. They're at Emmett's celebration for his mom. And for her to even entertain this really pissed me off. Like, really? You want to flirt with this man at this party like this? And pretty much saying, look, you can't be hands-on and all this. Pretty much just flirting with him, putting out those hints. He know what type of, he know what time it is. And we already know what time it is when Tiffany is acting like this. She showed a lot of interest in him early on in the season, and she's definitely going to show a lot of interest in him later on in the episode. Lenae, she's kicking it with the family. She's finally going to stay with Kevin. Of course, Kevin is happy. But at the end of the day, Lenae needs this. She needs some support. Hopefully, this all works out for her and that she can have a good household and it can end very well. But I would say she does have good chemistry with them. Then we get back to Tiffany. And you already know what time it is. Emmett is asleep. She does not care at all. Where the hell is EJ at? She doesn't even care about her son from the looks of it. All she cares about is getting her cheeks clapped. She hops on that elevator, hops off, and bam, it's time. And look at her. She's happy. She don't care about this marriage at all. This is why I said, even if they do decide to get together, it's still going to be problems. Emmett, stop giving this girl a choice. You need to make that decision. End it, dog. Just end this. Plain and simple. I see a lot of you guys have said that, of course, Tiffany's character was kind of fast in the first season. Emmett pretty much said she was loose. Well, I guess that is the case. The old Tiffany is back. And she's not playing around, man. The whole marriage thing is definitely all over the place. It needs to end right now. And then, of course, we end the episode off with your boy Papa. And he is, of course, on his podcast. We pretty much get a whole little recap of the season in the sense of, these are the stories that we see. Sometimes, when you think of Chicago, all you think about is the bad. But it is some good that goes around. We know Duda definitely did not end well in this season. He didn't have a good time. Other characters, they had a good ending to their season. My question is this the end of Duda? If we get a season 5, will we see his character? Hopefully, it is not the end. I want to see Duda's character return. I want to see what type of revenge he's going to seek to get if it is a season 5. Of course, Marcus does wake up. So now Gemma is very happy that her father is conscious. And I know he's pissed off. I know he wants to get some type of, get back on Duda. But of course, since that video was not there, it's going to probably be not a lot that he's going to be able to do anyway. And of course, they show your boy Kevin. He's on Coogie's bike. And everybody is headed to the block party. They're headed to the celebration that Tracy has thrown for the whole community. Of course, her whole little program has been funded. And everything is looking good, right? Everything is looking cool. Your girl Rose is back. We know Duda is out the picture. So it does seem like Rose will take charge. Which, if that is the case, Tracy, you better move out the way. Because Rose most likely is going to bring back the police. She did not want to even eliminate the police when Duda mentioned this earlier on in the season. Then we get to the block party. Everybody's out there kicking it. Rashad's out there, Trey. Pretty much the whole cast, right? I don't see Duda because Duda is getting up out of town. And of course, they ended off with your boy, Kevin, getting his haircut, which reminds us of the earlier seasons of The Chi when Brandon used to cut his hair. We know this is what used to happen back in the day, and he gets his hair cut off once again. What's going to happen next, y'all? If we get a season 5 of The Chi, what will happen next? How will they improve the show? How will they expand these storylines? As Papa said, it's still a lot of story to tell. I mean, with the kids, you can continue to grow the story with the kids, I guess, as them getting older and maybe going off into college. I mean, it is a lot of story to tell. I'm just eager to see how some of these other storylines will build and what's next. I mean, at the end of the day, we still have things to go with Duda. Of course, This whole Emmett and Tiffany thing needs to just end completely. As I told you guys earlier, if they are to give us a season 5, I believe they need to cast Jason Weaver as a season regular. He brings so much energy to the show. He's a scene stealer. Of course, he's an OG classic actor, that we've been knowing since the 90s. So I want to see his character continue to be in this show. And hopefully we get more of Darnell as well. I guess we got to wait and see, man. But I do appreciate you guys for being here for season 4 of The Chi. Thank you guys for all the love, all the support you've been giving me. I will be dropping the aftermath video this week for you guys, as well as some more storylines. We definitely going to talk about Tiffany. Trust me. We going to talk about her, man, because her actions in this episode, man, I know your boy Emmett got to be going through it, or he will be going through it when he finds out the truth. And man, it's going to be a very, very hurtful truth. But thank you guys for all the love, all the support, and I will catch y'all on the next one. But let me get on out of here, man. It's your boy Mark Dark. I'm out. Peace.